Welcome back to Parks and Relaxation, day 15 of our RV cross-country road trip. Today we park our RV, rent a minivan, and drive to Slab City and San Diego. The drive to Slab City takes about 2.5 hours and brings us through a couple of national forests and national monuments. The geography of the area is very unique. These are massive boulders. They look small in this video, but they're probably about the size of me, and they're just stacked on top of each other in weird ways. This part of California is true desert, so it gets quite hot, and there's not a lot between the cities. You kind of got to get gas because there can be 100-mile distances without much of anything. Slab City is a community that is built on an old military base that has basically no rules, no laws, and it's not governed by anything. The majority of the people who live here are just peaceful people trying to get away from bureaucracy and government. Unfortunately, there is some riffraff because you can come in here and technically do drugs or whatever you want to do. The beginning portion of the slabs is not really that intense. You just kind of roll up, you see some campers and stuff, and there's a thing called Salvation Mountain where you can, when it's not COVID, climb up on it and get pictures of the landscape around. But there's awesome graffiti and beautiful art everywhere, even though it's a desert. As you get farther into the slabs, it does get dirtier, but it's also more unique. There's museums, there's a place you can stop and get food. Again, none of this is regulated by anything, so a lot of times there's no power. I don't know, it's kind of a strange place. We wanted to take our friends. You may not be into it, but it's definitely worth checking out. From the slabs, it's another about hour and a half to get to San Diego. This clip is actually right along the US-Mexico border. It's only about 5 miles to the side. And when you get on the other side of this mountain range, you can actually see the fence and wall that's up. The main goal in San Diego was to actually find Big Kahuna Burger from Pulp Fiction. We had heard that there's actually a restaurant there that's based on the movie, and you can order the Big Kahuna Burgers. Our friend told us about it, and we decided, you know what, whenever we're ever going to be in Southern California again, let's do it. Obviously, as you get closer to San Diego, you get back over near the beaches and the coastal highways. The desert is nice too for different reasons. It's some of the hottest desert on the planet. It's kind of crazy how warm it can get during the day. But back on the coast, we found Big Kahuna Burger, and they were not lying. It is a Big Kahuna Burger. They're almost 1-pound burgers. That bun takes 2 big hands to be able to hold it, and our big mouth bites out of it look like a little tiny mouse dent. It's crazy. It was hard to really get a comparison of how big these burgers were. They were only about $12, which is really good for what you got. I ordered the bacon, Hawaiian, and barbecue. Big Kahuna Burger is only about 5 miles from Imperial Beach, which is one of the most famous piers and beach areas in San Diego. We spent about 2.5 hours here, just kind of going up and down the pier, playing on the beach. It was actually really cool because we were watching people surf right from this dock. And then we decided to wander down onto the beach and get our feet wet. The dock and pier goes out probably a 1/4 mile. It's really long. And when you get to the end, there's a fish joint where you can get food. All of us are really impressed with the graffiti and art that's all over San Diego. It's nice after a long day in the desert to just kind of take in the ocean air. And it was a lot cooler here. There were probably 50 to 100 people just fishing off this pier, catching pretty good sized fish. I didn't realize that you'd be able to catch a fish that big only this far out into the water, but the whole place was packed. It was awesome. Of course, the birds are ready to pick up any scraps. as the sun was falling behind the horizon and things are winding down, we were actually watching a group of surfers that were celebrating their friend's life that had passed away. And it was kind of cool watching that whole, I don't know, we don't have that in New York. I've never seen a group of surfing buddies kind of all celebrating someone's life together in a group out in the water. It was really cool. And we did actually find some crabs too. I wish we had planned more time in the area because there's actually multiple beaches, more food we wanted to see, more street art we wanted to see, more shops we wanted to venture into, but there's only so much time in a month to see the whole country. The kids enjoyed this day quite a bit because they got to kind of get out of the RV for hours at a time and kick their feet through the water. We actually decided that the next day we're going to plan on getting into the LA area and check out their beaches and maybe even try some surfing.
It's me, the crab!
Look at the crab.
Watching the video makes me want to go back so bad. And it's absolutely beautiful as the sun goes down. If you liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing to us. And remember, don't wait, adventure today.